Well, hey guys, what's up? What is going on out there today? Brent, Abel here, WebTennis, another episode of What's the Right Shot. Here's truly with the return to serve here in the front court. And a couple things I want to point out today. Number one is when that server serving to you misses their first serve into the net, check to see where you are. Have you turned? Have you got the shoulders turned towards the right or towards the left so that you're committed fully and you're not having to turn at the last second on this thing? So make sure that you are doing that. And if you're not, look, if you're not fully turned, then take a second or two to complete the turn, telling your brain, hey, look, next time this happens, this is the position that we want to be in here, that we want to be here in on a backhand, return to serve, getting yourself all the way turned. So now we got a second serve, right? And what we're going to work on here is the second serve chip and charge, return, getting the sideways just like we did with that first serve, right? Creating some space away from the path of that incoming ball so that at contact, you've got sort of your ideal contact point and you're not getting jammed up so you can efficiently move forward. And especially against a guy who stays back on their second serve, I mean, you can actually take a little bit more time to create that space because you know they're staying back. And then you can just play the feet right through it. All right? So those are really kind of I'm going to play this point for you, obviously, in just a second. But let's work on those two things, right? Making sure that when they miss that first serve, that you are fully turned, and if you're not, that you complete the turn telling your brain, hey, this is where we want to be. Number two, on the second serve, you know the guy's staying back. You've already played against him, so we're going to play a chip and charge, and there you have it, right? So let's play the rest of the point out, and maybe what I'll do is I will stop it. Let's say we stop it right here. Ask you what's the right shot. Where do you want to play this volley? So look, there are some choices. I could get around the outside of the ball, get around the right side of this ball and carve it over into this area here, right? That sure looks wide open. But boy, the problem there is if I don't get it over there, I'm hung out to dry and this is wide open, right? I could anticipate that this opponent right here has got to honor, well, maybe that's where he's going to go with it. So he starts to move over there. And I'm also got to anticipate that this opponent assumes that, hey, look, you know what? I got to cover up my half of the court as well. And so I could be thinking that's what they're both thinking, knowing that at the very last second, the middle right between them is going to be open, and why not anticipate it and play it there? So a couple of things here is the sooner you can prep your racket, the more you can disguise, right? The more shots you put in their minds of what you might do. And even though you've already committed, I mean, I've already totally committed to what I'm going to do here, in their minds, they're not 100% sure, right? If you wait to the last second, the top players can read what you're about to do. And so get here early. And then for me, I'm just going to play it to where I feel like if it's not a winner, you know what? We're not going to be hurt. Maybe the guy can hit a great lob off of this thing. But I've got time now by playing the volley over here to be able to scoot back in here if he gets to it and defend, as opposed to playing it over here and maybe not getting it past this guy. And so there you have it. Ends up being just inside that sideline over there. Works out pretty well. So let's go ahead and I'm going to play this point in real time for you. What's on your mind? What shot would you have been thinking about in this situation? And again, remember, look, you got to get good at this skill. You got to get really good at this return skill. And in terms of if they serve the ball in the net, you get those shoulders turned. The best way I've found to be able to make an instant shoulder prep turn on this is right here in my ready position. The hands are super soft on the racket, completely relaxed grip tension, because do I need to be grippy on the racket at this point? I don't. I mean, the only time you might firm up the grip tension is just prior to contact, but you never have to do that. You never have to do that before. And if you get too strong with your hands, the tension of that grip strength tends to work up into your shoulders, into your upper body, and you're just not as quick to get out of that forward facing position into this position right here, right? So make sure that your hands are good and soft on or in your ready position. All right, here we go in real time. Well, all right, there you have it. I hope this has been helpful today. Let me know what's on your mind down below in the comments area. Yeah, any comments, any questions, remarks, feedback? Love to read that and get back to you on it with my thoughts. And if you want to keep the conversation private, you're more than welcome to as well. Just shoot me an email, brent@webtennis.com. Guys, time for all of us to get out there, help someone else have a spectacular day. Gang, see you guys again next time. Really hope today's episode was helpful for you. If so, please click that like button on YouTube. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel and click the notification bell as well, so you are always alerted every time I go live and or upload new content. And yeah, if you've not picked up my course yet, 20-minute private video on the 4 parts between points routine, you got to get on this thing. It's a huge difference maker in your game. 80% of the time when we're playing a match, guess what? We're not playing points. That time is spent between points and on side changes, and when you manage that time really well, you tend to consistently play the other 20% of the match, which is, during the points, you tend to play at the very top of your skill level, point after point after point. Go on over to WebTennis.com, drop in a first name, email address, and you'll get immediate access to that private, free video on my very specific 4 parts between points routine.